The question before the House is the committee report of ought to pass on House Bill 535. The chair recognizes the member from New Ipswich, Representative Parison.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I beg the indulgence of my honored colleagues while I bring a brief word of dissent to show our fourth grade guests or illustrate the role of civilized debate in the lawmaking process. Madam Speaker, I rise in opposition to House Bill 535, and I insist that the potato should not be the state vegetable. The minority believes that broccoli should be named the state vegetable. Broccoli is known as the crown jewel of nutrition and is an excellent source of potassium, iron, vitamin C, and antioxidants. Thomas Jefferson recorded his planting of broccoli in May 27, 1767. That makes broccoli a patriotic vegetable, even though no one really liked it until it became trendy in the 1930s. Furthermore, broccoli doesn't cause cancer. And we all know about the great potato blight that struck Northern Europe in the 1840s. In Ireland, the crisis caused 1 million deaths and another 1 million refugees. Madam Speaker, making the potato our state vegetable would send a bad message to our children, who should grow up to understand that food must be dark green, good food must be dark green and taste terrible.
Will the member yield to a question?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
The member yields. Representative Gruen, you may inquire.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Representative, for taking my question. How did you hear about this crown jewel of nutrition?
Thank you. I read about that on the internet.
Will the member yield to a follow-up? The member
yes,
yields.
Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Would you believe that many foods taste good and are good for you? Aren't potatoes also a good source of nutrition?
Sure, maybe if broccoli, though, were the state vegetable, we could get kids to eat it.
Will the member yield to a further follow-up? The member yields.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you for yielding to my question. Did you insinuate that potatoes cause cancer?
Well, actually, I said that broccoli doesn't cause cancer. That's a debate trick that's used to confuse people, and it makes them worry about potatoes.
Thank you.
The question before the House is the adoption of the committee report of ought to pass on House Bill 535. The chair recognizes the member from Derry, Representative O'Connor, to speak in support of the committee report.
My act to follow that one is not going to be as great. Thank you, my fellow colleagues. Madam Speaker, honorable colleagues, I bring before you House Bill 535, establishing the white potato as the state vegetable, which is another example of our New Hampshire first. One of our forefathers, the Reverend James McGregor, brought to this great land a sack of potato seedlings and established the white potato as first grown not only in New Hampshire but in North America, and currently is the #1 vegetable cash crop in the United States of America. For many years, New Hampshire's fourth graders have been coming to this great capital to learn and see their history and how our government works. The Derry Village students, in preparation of their civics lesson, found that the common field was not too distant from their school and was where the cultivation of the potato began. Their homework, along with the research of our town historian, Mr. Richard Holmes, confirmed their findings. In addition, the Virginia Commissioner of Agriculture, who had challenged our claim of being the first in the nation to plant potatoes, researched the claim. After many years of research, conceded in writing to the great state of New Hampshire the honor of introducing to this country one of the great foods. Also, the BBC network will be connecting the New Hampshire Dairy Village students with the London Dairies students of Northern Ireland. The two groups will co-author a story regarding the travels of Reverend James McEgger from Northern Ireland with his sack of seedlings to New Hampshire. The story will be broadcast on their network. In conclusion, in July, Derry's town historian will be traveling to our twin sister city to attend a ceremony where Derry, Northern Ireland, will receive the United Kingdom's Award of Culture City of the Year. I ask my colleagues to vote in favor of this bill so we can move it over to the Senate. Madam Speaker, I ask for a division vote, and I thank you.
The question before the House is the committee report of ought to pass on House Bill 535. This will be a division vote. Will members please take their seats? This will be a division vote. I would remind members, if you have not yet, to please turn on your keys. Well, members should be in their seats. The question before the House is the committee report of ought to pass on House Bill 535. This is a division vote. If you're in favor, you'll press the green button. If you're opposed, you'll press the red button. Voting stations are open for 30 seconds. Has everyone voted who was here when the question was put? The House will be attentive to the state of the vote. 276 having voted in the affirmative, 75 broccoli lovers in the negative. The committee report is adopted. The House will be in order. We need to demonstrate our best behavior for the fourth graders.
No. I think.
Hey, this is Representative John O'Connor, and we're here with Derry TV. We're about to get the potato bill signed. House Bill 535?
535.
535, and myself and I think the entire dairy delegation,
Along with Senator Roush.
Senator Roush, as
Co-sponsored the bill.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what 535 is?
Today will be the big signing of it, and you'll hear me speak later on when the governor comes in after the signing. The bill was initiated by the students of Dairy Village, and after some research with the town historian, Richard Holmes, we were able to determine that the potato was initiated into this country to Derry, New Hampshire back in the early 1700s. It then went on to become as New Hampshire Advantage, the very first potato grown in the country, which as to this point in time is #1 cash crop in the United States of America. So with that there, we will continue on. They will be this film will be sent over to British Broadcasting Company associated with the children in Derry, Northern Ireland, who will also share in this great signing with us.
Welcome to Dairy TV. We're here for HB 535.
Yes,
And this is the potato.
yes,
So,
white
you're-
potato.
White potato. You're a co-sponsor of this bill, and
Yeah.
would you like to talk a little bit about it and tell us
Well,
how it became about?
it came about because some of our representatives from Dairy sponsored it on behalf of our fourth grade students, and I think this type of a project is a wonderful governmental learning experience. They learn how the process works, how the bill originates, what it has to go through to become law, and we're now in the final stages where to become law, the governor has to sign it, and that's what we're here today for, to sign that piece of legislation.
I also agree. It's a great learning experience to learn the process.
Yep, exactly. So congratulations to them and congratulations to the sponsors.
We'll list the sponsors on this at the end of this video, so everybody will know.
Okay.
It's all, I think the entire dairy delegation.
I believe so. I know I'm a co-sponsor on it, and I think when I saw it, it was just about everybody from there.
I'm also. It's not. It's not.
Good.
Right, we have the class right behind us, and we're going to take a little video of this. And thanks for speaking with us.
You're welcome.
Watch out for alligators and mangoes in the audience. She's in front of Katie and Sophia, or we lose Katie and Sophia. We might want to do Sophia. Sophia, yeah. And Asia, you're back next to Katie. Sophia right there. Good. Just make sure that you have your window. You know what? Like that.
This is Sarah Tarasat. She's the chairman of the Agricultural.
Exactly. Environment and Agriculture Committee.
And she's here with us today, and this is a big occasion for the students of Derry to be able to see a bill go through the whole process,
Yes.
both the House and Senate. What do you think of this?
I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful learning experience for the children. The Environment and Agriculture Committee normally gets a lot of these bills. The fourth graders bring here. In the past, we've had apple cider as the state drink. We had the Chinook as the state dog. We've had pumpkin as the state fruit. And so we're delighted to have the white potato now and the state vegetable.
I know it was a little bit of a battle with, was it West Virginia or Virginia?
Oh, it was Virginia, the state of Virginia, exactly.
Yeah,
They
but
were fighting
they
us.
succeeded to us.
And yes, they were smart in that. We would have won anyway.
The governor signed a paper.
Concessions. Yes.
That's great.
It really is.
This is just Derry TV.
Ah, congratulations to the town.
Thank you for
Of course. Thank you.
I just think that one thing is noteworthy today. All the children had their opportunity to come here today and wear their Support the Potato T-shirt, but instead they opted to wear their best for this operation. And I think it shows.
Thank you.
Sandy Ward,
Here with us today is Sandy Ward and
Amy Landry.
Amy Landry. They're teachers, and they're part of the process of getting this bill passed. Can you tell us a little bit about how the kids come up with the idea, what inspired this bill?
Okay. In my class last year, we had a field trip to the State House, and Virginia was talking to us about a group of students that were trying to get the state color passed. And I thought it was an amazing opportunity for us to try and come up with another state symbol and to try and go through the process. So in the classroom we brainstormed and we discussed various options, and we decided that the state did not have a vegetable, and then we discovered that the potato was planted first in the United States in 1719 in Derry, and it just fit. So we sent our idea up to the State House, and now we're here.
Not really. You know, the children came up with the idea, and we couldn't argue with them about it. So they wrote persuasive essays to back up their plan, and it went from there.
It's great. I think the whole process is good, and I think the children learn a lot from the process.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, all. First, I would like to thank the students of Derry Village for getting me involved as the prime sponsor of Bill HB535, the potato as a state vegetable. To continue on, I'd like to also thank the delegates that are beside me from Derry and Senator Roush, also that helped co-sponsor the bill. I want to say this is a continuation, and Governor, and hope that you'll hear this from me, is that this is another first for New Hampshire. Just as we are first in the nation with the elections, the potato is first in the nation. It has been traced from Scotland to Derry, Northern Ireland, to Derry, New Hampshire, where the first potato had been planted, which is now the leading cash crop in the United States. And with that, I'd like to introduce the Honorable Governor Hassan and speak on this. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you, Representative O'Connor, for the introduction. Thank you, Ms. Landry, and all of the students at Derry Village Elementary for your work to make this possible. As I asked about how this bill came about, I learned that 85 students in the 4th and 5th grades worked on this project over the past 2 years. And the idea was inspired, I believe, on a State House tour, which all of our 4th graders do in New Hampshire. They learned about another class trying to establish a state color, and they wanted to make their own effort to participate in the legislative process. So as I understand it, boys and girls, you chose the white potato as the state vegetable because, as Representative O'Connor said, it's part of the history of America and of Derry. Your research found that Reverend James McGregor grew the first white potato in North America in 1719 in Derry. And what was the name of the town of Derry in 1719? Nutfield, right, okay. I also understand that this terrific group tried to introduce a bill last session, actually your predecessors who are now in the 5th grade, but it was too late in our season, our session, so this new group of 4th graders took up the cause for their predecessors, and the now 5th graders have remained very involved in this too. So that's a great example of sticking with something. When you first get told you can't do something, you stick with it and you can make it happen. To all of you in this room, and especially to the children from Derry, this is a big deal. getting a bill passed through the New Hampshire legislature is not an easy thing to do, trust me. I am very, very proud of all of you. I also am very grateful and proud that you've learned a great deal about the way our government works in New Hampshire. We have a very long tradition in New Hampshire of everybody being engaged in their communities and in their state government, and you all have demonstrated that it's never too early to start. You're a great example of our tradition of civic engagement, and as all of you get older, I hope that you continue to learn about our state government. I hope that you engage in the political process. There's no place better to do it than in New Hampshire, where we're all just an email or a phone call or a door knock away. And as you all know, if you come into the governor's office and I'm here, I'll say hello, and we can talk a little bit about state government. And what's also really important is that if you continue to engage in this political process or in your communities to solve problems, you're going to find that hard work and cooperation is going to get you very far, and you're going to be able to overcome obstacles. Just the way when you learned last year, when your predecessors learned last year that they couldn't file the bill last year, you all stuck with it and you got it done. I also want you to think hard about how important it is for the adults in this room, looking out at the children in this room, to understand that we're counting on you to be not only engaged in school so that you can learn as much as you need to learn, to have choices when you get done with school about what kind of jobs you want, but we're also counting on you to be the leaders of the next generation and to move our country forward to the next great big thing. And so the fact that you were so persistent and so smart about getting this bill passed gives us great hope that you're going to continue the great Granite State tradition and American tradition of civic engagement and leadership at a real grassroots level. So thank you all so much. I'm so very, very proud of you. Thanks to the entire delegation here with me as well for everything you did to help the kids learn about this process and to get this bill passed. And so now, are you ready to sign the bill? Yeah. All right, let's do that. So I'm going to sit here to sign it. How about I think everybody comes forward a bit, right? Okay, so guys, do you know what, this is a pen, right? We all know what a pen is. Okay, so when governors sign bills, we use special pens. And I'm going to give this to your teacher so that you'll always have the pen that actually made your bill to come along. Okay? Good deal? All right, here we go. First, I'm going to sign the ceremonial one, and then I'll sign the real one, okay? This is the one you can keep in your classroom. Now, this is the real bill. And this bill is now law. Congratulations. Paparazzi. This is what it is.
All right. 10, 9. All right. Everybody have some good pictures? Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Guys,
There we go.
thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm well. Good to see you.
This is in charge of myself, Derry, and this is Derry Television.
Hi, Derry Television.
And we'd like to thank you for signing the potato bill. I know that the children are very excited about this, and we'd like to say something about it. Just
Sure. What the children in Derry did is really extraordinary. They worked hard from one school year to the next in collaboration between two grades to get a bill passed through the New Hampshire legislature, recognizing an important piece of American and Granite State history. And I'm really proud of them because it shows the kind of civic engagement that we're all capable of in New Hampshire. All right? Thank you.
good. Just gotta remember one thing, the sad part is all these old boots.
All right, ready? What are you guys going to have for dinner tonight?